Hey, welcome back, Tarnish. Today we're going to be taking a look at Saint Trina's build since we are in the Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree. And let me know in the comment section below, who do you think this picture is about? Love to know your answer, and I do have a wild theory about this. But today, first of all, we're going to be taking a look at the Saint Trina's build, and this has to be considered as one of the most sleepy builds because that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be maximizing on how much we can put different foes to sleep. One thing in particular is with sleep is that a lot of the enemies that you are going to be facing, especially big bosses, are immune to sleep. So it's a bit challenging on some areas, but we're going to be taking a look at a good quality build, which is going to be focusing, of course, around the Sword of Saint Trina's, leveled up fully 10. And it does have a build up of sleep of 66, dexterity, strength, and intelligence. Now, what the fun thing about this weapon is, if we're able to take a look a little bit into the lore, the unique skill is Miss of Slumber. There's not much about Saint Trina's that we know, but one thing we do know is that this weapon has to be related to her. Now, fun thing about it is that on the bottom part it says releases a faint purple mist that spreads across a wide frontwards area. This mist inflicts the sleep ailment upon foes. One of the things is that with sleep is it's not as powerful when it comes to big enemies. It does really good against smaller, medium-sized enemies. It does put them to sleep, especially if you're fighting different foes at the same time. You can put a few to sleep, but you have to wait for the buildup of the sleep to prog. Now, we're going to be using two of the Saint Trinas. To be able to get two of them, of course, you got to go to NG Plus, or you can have one of your friends drop it off. Now, in regards to the actual armor, we're just going to go for the Spell Blade, because if once you have all the different four pieces, your magic is going to go up 2 points in each item that you're going to wear. Now, there is a lot of talismans that you're going to be able to use to make this build very powerful. Now, since this is we're able to take a look again, a straight sword. So we're going to be doing a lot of different fun things with the straight sword. One of the things that you could do is get the Millicent Prosthesis, which is going to boost your dexterity by 5 points, and also is going to raise your attack power, which is something good that you want to have. Now, as you're able to do this, we're going to take advantage of Shard of Alexander, which is going to greatly boost the power skills, and also the Rotten Swing Sword Insignia, which is going to raise the powers. As you're able to see here in the video, you can spam the R1 and it's going to be doing that a lot, which is good. It's going to prog the sleep, which is also very helpful. Now, since we are wearing this armor and we're just going to be using two swords, and the swords are very light, we're going to be taking advantage of the Blue Dancer Charm. This is going to raise the power attack when your equipment is very low. Of course, I do have other options that you can use. One option that you can go with is the Claw Talisman. Since we're going to do jump attacks, you get that extra 10%, which is going to be helping you. Since you're using two swords, you're going to be dealing the double damage. Another great talisman is the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talismans, as these two different weapons do not hit very hard, so it's going to take you a little bit longer to take down enemies, but this one is going to enormously boost your physical damage negation. It's going to allow you to take a few hits. At the same time, you're going to be able to deal more damage because you're going to be staying alive a little bit longer. Two other talismans that you can use is either the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, which is going to give you upon critical hits, restores your HP, and the Assassin's Cerulean Dagger, which is going to restore your FP. With this build, it's very easy to do this on medium foes and small foes because you're able to put them to sleep. Once you put them to sleep, then you're able to do those critical hits, which gives you that FP and also the HP back. Also, another talisman is going to be the Godskin Swanling Cloth. This one, upon successive attacks, you will be able to restore your HP. Now, as there is no serious crack tier or crystal tier for you to be able to raise your sleep, we could do the following. One is going to be the Tourney crack tier, which is going to temporarily boost those successive attacks, which is going to help you take down foes a lot faster. And also the Storm Barb crack tier, which is going to temporarily, it's going to make stance break easier. You can also use the dexterity or the strength to be able to raise the power on your build. One item you can use is going to be the sleep pot, which is going to help you put a lot of the different smaller enemies to sleep. That way you're able to take care of them one by one, and that's going to make your fight a lot easier. As this is going to be a level 150 build, we're going to do the following. Vigor is going to be at 50, Mind at 20, Endurance at 25, Strength at 45, and Dexterity is going to be at 60. Actually, Dexterity is at 60 because I'm using the Prosthesis Talisman. This raises it 5 additional points. Intelligence, it's 18. Faith and Arcane is going to be 88. Now, the only reason why my intelligence is not that high is because, as I mentioned, the sleep, it's not that deadly when you are casting it. So maybe this is probably good. Maybe an NG plus 2 or 3 is going to help you a lot because you're going to be able to do a little more damage with the sleep than what you are actually doing it on NG plus 1 or as you are going through your first playthrough. So final thoughts about this build. It's a lot of fun because you're able to put different foes to sleep and makes some fights a lot easier. You can always do the sleep mode on each of the weapons by just doing this, which is going to automatically have both of the weapons have that infusion of the sleep. So whenever you're hitting someone, you're going to automatically get them to go to bed right away. You can always throw the pod that helps you out. So put those in combination and do the jump attacks and then do the successive attacks, and you're going to be able to take down actually a lot of the medium foes really fast. It's going to deal very well with the smaller foes, but you will have more of a challenge when it comes to fighting different type of big bosses in here in the game. So try it out. Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.